and I can get off stage. And our first speaker tonight is Eamonn Harvey, and he's going to be talking to us about some sort of giant crab exploding in the sky, which sounds amazing. So if you can welcome to the stage, Eamonn Harvey, please.
So, how are you doing? I work with a few people here in the audience. We design and use the world's largest fully robotic telescopes to look at explosions in the sky, but I'm going to tell you about one which was seen 1,000 years ago all over the world, and a possible recording of it in the Annals of Tigernach, which are written in medieval Irish we have records from 489 to 1178, but I'm going to talk to you about the year 1054. I'll read it to you in a minute, but these were written in the town of Clonmacnoise, which is dead centre in the middle of Ireland. So you had the old monastic site in the middle, and there was a town to the west. And so I'll read you now the piece in a minute, in English, not medieval Irish. A steeple of fire was seen at Rosella on the Sunday of the feast day of St. George for the space of 5 hours of the day, and innumerable black birds passing into and out of it, and one great bird in the midst thereon. And when the little birds would enter the steeple, they would come under his plumage. They came forth and lifted the hound, and lay amid the town up and high into the air. And they cast him down again, and he straightway died. And 3 mantles and 2 shirts they lifted up on high, and down again they flung. So these are famously written in the cryptic and detached style. They refer to anything, but... So these were written in Clonmacnoise. Rosella is just over to the east, towards Dublin. And so the monk was sitting in the round tower, and he saw a steeple of fire for 5 hours of the day. It tells you how bright it was. So it was seen during the day. You can work out exactly how bright the supernova was from this. And so it rises in the east like a steeple of fire. And during the day, it sort of disappears because the sky is so bright, and it sets in the west over by the old town. And so it says, they came forth and lifted a hound. I think the hound refers to Sirius, which is the dog star, the brightest star in the sky. And so straight away they flung down. It was going down from 10 p.m. to about midnight. It falls down beneath the horizon. It talks of 3 mantles, which are heroes. So Orion is the first of our heroes, who's going down with the supernova in the middle, the exploding star in the middle, still bright in the sky. Perseus is the second of our cloaks, or heroes. In Welsh mythology, he was Clw, who was murdered by his fairy flower princess wife. And our third hero is Auriga, who's, again, right next to the supernova in the night sky. Then the passage refers to 2 shirts. So shirts were people of lower standing in society, just regular old people. And our shirts are Gemini. And Gemini were seen as 2 soldiers forever locked in battle over the love of a woman. But so we have all our characters around our exploding star. Where they saw the star during the daytime, the monks, we have innumerable black birds and 1 great bird in their midst. The great bird, well, Cygnus is where the supernova was during the daytime, if you're looking towards the east. But it also talks of innumerable black birds. And I mentioned the Clw earlier, but he, when he was killed by his wife, he was turned into a bunch of ravens, according to mythology, and they were Aquila. So I think that's what this old passage means. But it ends in a very strange way. It talks about some great oak tree and the birds, but in Celtic Irish mythology, the great oak tree was the universe, with the roots being the earth and the branches the sky. This supernova was also recorded by Chinese and Korean astronomers. The Chinese recorded to have seen it for 27 days in a row during daytime, which tells you how long the explosion lasted for. And this is typical of a Type 2 supernova. This is what we see today if we look at that position in the sky. So in the left is a zoom in. There's a fast spinning star in the center, which is left over from the supernova. It's called a pulsar. Pulsars were discovered by Professor Dame Jocelyn Bell Burnell, who was born in Belfast, so another Irish connection to it. And she wrote them down in the appendix of her PhD thesis. And people won the Nobel Prize in Physics for it there 2 years ago, her supervisors. So this is the nebula. This is really the matter which was spat out from the explosion, left, and it was first seen by a telescope in the centre of Ireland. It was the biggest telescope in the world for 70 years, built during the famine. I also think it looks like Ireland. So this passage in the Annals of Tigernach, it could refer to a tornado on fire or a round tower that went on fire, or it could be recording of an exploded star.